just snored all night.
I didn't snore.
Yes, you did.
No, I sleep growled.
Sleep growled.
Sleep growled, yeah, because there's a lot of wild animals, and if they come towards the trailer and they hear me growling in my sleep, they'll leave us alone. It's a thing. We're now on our way to Wallace, Idaho. For those of you that don't know, Wallace, Idaho is also the site of the center of the universe. Now, if you're like Susanna, you might think that I'm the center of the universe, but that's not true. It's actually Wallace, Idaho. Okay, so Wallace, Idaho is a small town just off of I-90. So they've done a lot of stuff. They have festivals. I think this weekend, I think actually right now going on is the Huckleberry Festival, which we're hoping to get there and catch the tail end of. They got some great museums. There's a train museum, a brothel museum, and a few others that we're going to go check out. And then also it's a great stepping off point to do the Ride of the Hiawatha.
The drive from Polson, Montana to Wallace, Idaho is roughly 3 hours, if you take the more scenic route like we did. This was the last leg of our trip from Mississippi to Maine and across to Washington. It's the end of Hop 1 Season 1 for us, and we decided to take it slow as we headed into Wallace. Wallace, Idaho is a small town of about 800 people nestled in the Bitterroot Mountains. It was the economic center of our country's richest silver mining district, and over 1 billion ounces of silver were mined in the area. The town and area are a historic gold mine. I mean silver mine. Did you know that the last traffic light on Interstate 90 was in Wallace? How about the fact that they actually had a brothel up until 1990? Crazy, right? Here's another one. Wallace, Idaho is the last town to be placed on the National Historic Registry. Yes, the entire town is on the registry. The town that wouldn't die pulled a fast one on the federal government, and it's a source of pride to this day. There are a lot of reasons to visit the area, but we came to see old friends and take one of America's best bike rides, the Route of the Hiawatha. We'd be staying at the Wallace RV Park, which is located a short walk from restaurants, museums, and at $33 a night is a great deal. Chris met up with our friends in town for a bit, and then we all called it a night. The next day would be a big one. The Ride of the Hiawatha is a 15-mile trail that follows the route of the Hiawatha train that steamed through the Bitterroot Mountains. Tickets can be purchased online or at the Lookout Pass ski area where it's operated out of. Trail tickets are $13 for adults and $12 for children, and shuttle tickets for the bus back are $12 for adults and $8 for children. They also rent all of the gear you need for the trip. The trail actually begins 12 miles outside of Wallace off of I-90 in Taft, Montana. Once you exit the interstate, there's a great drive up a well-maintained dirt road to the trailhead. We got on our bikes as soon as we arrived and hit the trail when it opened at 8:30. The ride starts off with an awesome 1.7-mile long ride through a dark, damp, and cold tunnel in Montana and ends in Idaho. It really gets your senses going.
Riding ahead to get video of them coming out of the tunnel. So I'm going a little bit faster, and I gotta tell you, I can feel the mud splattering on my butt. It is cold. This is the other entrance to the St. Paul Pass Tunnel. I think it's 1.7 miles through, and it's dark, it's cold. We had a lot of bikers through though, so there's a lot of lights. But once the other bikers got out and I rode ahead, you can tell it gets really dark in there. Good job, buddy, look at you.
Hiawatha 2019!
Woo!
We made it!
Woo! Woo!
Hint and hint. Dress in layers and wear clothes you don't mind getting dirty, because you may end up looking like this. The tunnel was an exciting way to start off, and the rest of the ride was just as extraordinary. If you don't like bike rides, don't worry. This one is all downhill. It goes through 10 train tunnels and over 7 trestles as it winds through the mountains. There are plenty of places to stop and take in the views, and there are restrooms along the trail as well. If you don't like heights, you may not enjoy the trestles, but they do give you fantastic views of this beautiful area.
Just for reference, that last trestle that we went over was 220 feet high.
The trip down took us a little over 3 hours, and we arrived at the bottom just in time for the shuttle, which starts running at 11:45. The shuttle back to the top takes about 30 minutes, and you learn a lot about the history of the area along the way. It's not the end, though, of your journey. The shuttle takes you back to the first tunnel, and you get to ride back through it on your way out to the parking lot. It's a great bookend to a fantastic ride. This was by far the best bike trail we've ever been on, and we definitely recommend it.
Corbin, you just rode the route of the Hiawatha.
No.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
We got back from the route of the Hiawatha a little bit ago. Muddy, dirty.
Gonna be in a lot of pain tomorrow.
A lot of
vibrations.
A lot of vibrations on the butt cheeks. And that wasn't enough, so we were gonna go do some museum tours, but the brothel closes at 3. I thought brothel stayed open all the time, but the brothel museum. So that's gonna be saved for another day, and he's a little too young to know what a brothel is anyway. So now we're going to the Sierra Silver Mine tours. Let's see if we can take a tour of a mine. Maybe we'll get hard hats and lights. I don't know. I'm kind of excited.
Maybe some ice cream or coffee.
Ice cream or coffee? Okay, I guess that happens a lot in mines. I'm sure all the miners back in the day got ice cream and coffee all the time. That's why there was so many happy miners.
The Sierra Silver Mine starts and ends at their ticket office on Cedar Street. Tours start at 10 a.m. and leave every 30 minutes. Rates are $16 for adults and $8.50 for children. The classic trolley ride to the mine is short, but you learn a lot of history along the way. Once you arrive at the mine, you meet your guide, have a safety briefing, and get your hard hats. After that, you enter the tunnel and get to see what mining life was like. All of the guides are retired miners, and if you're lucky, you'll get the guide we had. He is very funny. The tour is really informative and not only takes you through the mining process step by step, but also some of the history of mining.
Now, the canary story, years ago when the old prospectors were driving their tunnels by hand, they would usually be very small. And sometimes they would get in there, actually fairly often they would get far enough in that when they were working they'd use up all the air. And that's when they started using canaries. They'd put them close to where they were working. When the canaries stopped chirping, they knew they had to get out because they ran out of air. And sadly, the reason the canary stopped, they had already run out of air and sacrificed its life for the miners.
One thing we learned about mining in the early days, it was dark.
He's back here turning his steel with one hand, hitting it with that single jack. That's how he would drill his holes to blast. And if he didn't have a partner with a double jack, it would be a lot quicker and they'd make a lot more headway. Well, one guy alone didn't have much trouble. He could coordinate both hands. But if there are two of them, the guy out here with the double shock might not be able to see where to hit this at all. If they'd been out too late the night before, after that, they might call him stubby.
Chris and Corbin's favorite part of the tour was seeing and hearing some of the equipment.
Now, when we drill the holes to blast this rock out of here, whether we're mining ore or driving a tunnel, we drill a pattern of holes. Right now, I'm going to show you how this machine drilled those holes in the rock. It's going to be interesting. It's also going to be incredibly loud, so you want to cover your ears. We're looking back in there, and that's what it looked like after we blasted. See, we blasted that up. We drilled a lot of holes so we didn't have big boulders to break. But we have a problem here. Our chute is plugged up. That's not going to stop us. We're just going to pile this rock up. When we get enough out of there, we'll take our drill and drill blast again. Now, so watch that bucket right there. That bucket is kind of fascinating. Cool, huh?
So many cool toys.
She looks cute in a hard hat. Is that weird? Look at her.
The tour lasted an hour and 15 minutes and ended with even more cool information.
The dull black stuff here is really high-grade silver. This sparkly stuff here is lead, or galena. The brown stuff is zinc, and then you can see the quartz running through here. So gives them a lot of information. Kind of pretty, isn't it?
It's beautiful.
If you had a lot of money, you could have a countertop made
I'll
of
say
it.
that.
After the tour, we headed back to town and off to find the center of the universe. Yes, it's a real thing.
All right, we're in Wallace, and we're standing on the, just like kitty corner, adjacent to the center of the universe.
Right there, this is the sign. And if I stand here, I am the center.
Which is weird, because I'm pretty sure I am the center of the universe. My wife thinks I'm the center of the universe. Corbin, you ready? Come on, Bubba. Come on. Come on. And we are standing right in the center of the universe.
We closed out our day with having our friends do our customary hashtag RV Street Cred sticker. Then it was off to bed because the next day we'd be driving to Spokane and closing out season 1 of Hopwen.
So we are headed to Spokane, Washington, my hometown, that it has been, to the month, 5 years since I've been home. So this time we're going home for about 3 weeks.
Although as soon as we get there, I'm off to Hawaii.
Yeah, she leaves for Hawaii.
Our daughter's going to University of Hawaii, and she has to be there tomorrow. So
Yeah.
I'm going to meet her there and get her settled into school.
So laundry tonight, packing bright and early, and then this rest of this week is Dutch needs a bath, Dutch needs some maintenance, Dutch needs maybe some renovations inside. We hate some of the storage stuff, so we're going to work on that, hopefully. After Spokane, we're making some changes. So instead of go, stay here for 2 days, stay here for 2 days, we're going to slow it down, because you cannot sustain that 2 days. It wears on you, it wears on your checkbook.
Yeah, because fuel is not cheap.
Yeah, this has also been, the first couple months has been, we got to get to Maine. We got to get there for the family reunion. We don't want to spend a whole lot of money, so we're going to get there really fast. And then we were there for a month. And then we got to get to Minnesota. We got to get to Medora. We have to get to Wallace. We got to get to Spokane. So we had it all set up with little experience about what life would be like. Oh yeah, we'll do this in a day. We'll do that in 2 days. And
Now we know.
Yeah.
4 to 5 hours of driving, it's pretty much our max.
Yeah.
You know, of straight driving. That doesn't include bathroom breaks and stuff, because that's really rough. This guy.
He's doing so much better though. But yeah, some life changes and eating healthier. spending more time relaxing a little bit, doing homeschool, working on our website.
Working
That-
out.
Yeah, working out. But hopefully by the time this video comes out, we'll have some of that in place, and our website will actually be, you know, we'll be kicking out blogs like we wanted to. We'll be kicking out the vlogs, and things will be, it'll be more of a well-oiled machine, other than right now where it's just like this of, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this. We don't have any time because we're driving today. We'll shut it down here, but heading to Spokane, 3 weeks to try to get our things in order, and then we'll be hitting the trail after that. Stay tuned.
Hop 1 Season 2 will be coming soon, so stay tuned, because we have a big surprise coming your way.
Thank you for watching. We'd love to share our journey with you, so hit that subscribe button and also the notification bell so you know when a new video is uploaded. And don't forget to leave your comments down below and hit the like button.